Eating for life. Okra, raw okra. I love it. Mm. Also, I've got some grapes. Van life. I decided to put on some eyeliner and some lip gloss so I can look cute today. Sunshine is going to be 80 degrees. And I need to figure out something to do other than sitting in my car all day, every day. And I'm tired at the same time. I want to go get another job because I'm tired of sitting in my damn car. At least if I do second shift, because first shift, I know I'm not ready to get my body up since the stroke. It's going to take time. But I notice I'm slow when I walk, so I don't know if I could do anything. If I go work on the gas station like I like to do, you gotta do this and go get this, in this fast pace, and my leg ain't moving like it used to. And that's not the side I had the stroke on, it's the side I had a pinched nerve on. But for some reason that leg is just moving so slow. So something happened with it too. But neither here or there. This is van life. Sitting in your car. In the parking lot. Boring. Boring. It's like, I don't know what to put on my videos. It's like people just want to watch you. YouTube is what you are. But I'm thinking of going to Rumble because I hear it's easier to get monetized. It's easier to get recognition. And also I do TikTok. I'm not getting anything. I know it takes process and all that. Maybe they got guidelines you can't refer a channel. Marfugo is one who advertise channels. I'm trying to get some more videos posted. But I'm going to let Marv know and see if they give me a shout out. Because his channel used to always get subscribers. But if I'm going to do that, my content needs to be on what's happening. We have a lot happening. They don't want us to talk about it. I want something to eat today, but I don't know what. Oh, did I tell you I had an amazing meal yesterday? So I was sitting at the gas station, and some people came, and they had some food that smelled so delicious. I said, what are you guys eating? They told me what it was. Guess what I had? Crawfish for the first time. Shrimp. Sausage. I didn't eat the corn. Rice. And potatoes. And some red sauce. And it was spicy. Oh my God. And they told me the restaurant. I don't remember. Shame on me. It was amazing. It was a boil, one of those seafood boil things. But it was yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy anyway. And I was very moved by me being homeless, sleeping in my van, and they didn't shun me off and act like I was a nothing. They invited me over to come and eat, and I went and sat with them, and we ate. And we talked, we shared, and they were women, and they were older than me, beautiful women. Beautiful women. When you start your body off right, it ends right. I've had, since I was a kid, complaining about my body hurting, and they would check me for sickle cell, but it wasn't sickle cell. Then I got older, they started checking me for lupus, but it wasn't lupus because I had heart problems. When I was a kid, I had to get pulled out the bed because my back hurted. And it was one morning I got ready to get up for school a couple times, and I couldn't move my back, and my aunt pulled me up. My grandmother and my aunt would take me to the doctor, but they never seen them with the x-rays. Come to find out, when I got my MRIs, they said some of this you were born with, and you also had an injury, and you had to know when this happened. I did. I fell out of my van on some ice, and it was like when you dive into a swimming pool the wrong way and you splash and hit that water hard. It was like that, and I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. Didn't think to sue the school, thinking, oh, schools, they got insurance for that. And that messed my back up. And I had a fractured vertebra back then. fractures heal. So he had looked at my MRIs and saw I had 3 herniated discs, 3 degenerated discs. My coccyx bone was swollen, and my spinal cord was being compressed by the vertebrae shifting. So that's why sometimes in my legs, in my arms, and hands and feet, I have numbness and pain. And sometimes I don't. But I want to do something. I'm so tired of just sitting in my car every damn day. And I ain't got no money, ain't nothing. So if I get a job, I can have something. I'm tired of this. I want more. But we still got everybody stalking and saying I can do this, honey. Believe me, when I can, I will. Because I want some money, honey. I can get my land, get my property on it. I don't know. I worked before. It didn't seem to be breaking bread even, but my daughter was in my pocket. Anytime I got a check, she wanted something. My son needed something. I never got to really keep my money and let it accumulate. So I look at how much I made, $4,000. Well, that wasn't nothing, but I don't even see where it went. Of course, paying my car note, I had to touch that up. I don't know. But I definitely want to do something. I think I want some tuna or something today, but yet I don't want tuna, but I want something. Maybe I'll get some chicken. I'm not a big chicken eater. I'm not a meat eater. I'm a big meat eater. I'm going to try not to. Like I say, you want life, you got to eat life. You eat death, you're going to be sluggish, you're going to be tired. The body eventually doesn't perform as well because that carcass will come back and haunt you. And you get sickness and disease and you don't understand. That's that carcass saying, I was put to death for nothing and killed wrong and tortured. But he's torturing you. So, I think about putting my earrings on. Some more earrings. And look cute today. I gotta get this puffiness out my eyes. Did I tell you guys the other day I stepped into a RV? I couldn't think of what it's called because it's got its own wheels and house. For $28,000 and only 28,000 miles. If I had that money, I would buy it. I don't know if I could drive it though. It's so huge, I may be intimidated. It's a big old bus. But that would be nice. But then the gas, oh my God. That's something I ain't think about. I think what I really want is to get me some land and get me a mobile home put on, a new mobile home put on it, a modular home, and get a couple of those barns, pre-built barns, to build my own. Somebody build it for me is what I mean. Connected, and my atrium and my 4-season atrium. Because I want to have windows, I want air, I want heat, I want flowers everywhere, and I want to be able to draw and paint and have my art and my flowers and my planting. I want it to be huge, like as big as the house. But all in one room. That'd be nice. I want a house because maybe one day my son will say, yeah, I'll come, Mom. Maybe not. Maybe my grown son will say, yeah, well, they both grown. 123, finna be 23, and one 34, 35, losing track. But my girls, they ain't gonna come. They suck on stupid. Um, gotta allow them to be stupid. Just be stupid away from me. So, looking good, girl. Looking good today. A little eyeliner, go, girl. Maybe after I eat this, I won't want to eat more. But yeah, after we ate our lunch and they had to get back to work, they left me with the Tupperware bowl full of food still. It was potatoes left, corn I didn't eat, sausage, and potatoes. I could have got some rice and added it for that sauce, but I didn't go to do that. I ended up just finishing everything else that was in there. That was very kind of them and giving me the container. I had to make room for that in my back. Way in the back. Sometimes I feel like everything under my bed I should get rid of if I'm not pulling it out. But it's stuff I need. Clothes, you know how you switch your clothes? It's not like I have anything on top of my car to switch my winter clothes, my summer clothes. Maybe I should look at getting one of those toppers that go on little cases on top of the car. That way I can shift my clothes and then clear off my bed, because I have baskets on my bed wherein I can take all that stuff and put it on the hood that I don't use as often. Then I'm gonna need a little step ladder, which I'll have room under my bed then for a little bitty step ladder to be able to retrieve those things. But I was so moved by how kind they were yesterday. It just made me feel like there's still some hope in the land. Because this world is cruel. They don't care how old you are. If you're a male or female, they will stalk and kill you. You see all these women out here and they just shooting up women and losing their life and kidnapping women. People don't care. And they don't care if you're a senior. Everybody want to say you can work, I'm 60, I'm 80, you can work. I want to work. Whoever said I didn't? I was working when I had a stroke. But I just left my van, and twice I walked past the bathroom because I wasn't thinking the bathroom right here. I walked all the way to the front of the store. I said, wait a minute, the bathroom door that way. I walked past the bathroom door. I don't know if I'm overstressed, because yesterday somebody was harvesting my energy. You know, I didn't feel the same. Now it's anxious in that coffee and everything. And I don't like talking to my mom about my personal stuff because everything will be twisted. If you're going to repeat it right. And we've had a lot of problems in our family. And a lot of people telling me my brother did this and my brother did that, but it seems to be my kids. And my brother probably felt some kind of way for whatever he heard or felt. But it makes me feel like I can't trust anybody. And when I was headed that way and I wanted to go see him, I felt like death was near me. And maybe that wasn't a good idea. I turned around from going to California. And then I thought Vegas, well, my nephew in Vegas, I see my nephew. And kind of turned around because I just felt that energy. It was bad. Like I was going to be kidnapped And I'm gonna tell you, I felt I was gonna be kidnapped by some Mexicans, and so my spirit told me turn around. And I'm gonna tell you, when my spirit told me something like that, it wasn't lying. My spirit ain't got no business telling me you finna be kidnapped by some Mexicans. So I turned around. And seeing that the lie was put that I said something against them, they want to attack me. And I've never felt racism towards anybody but people who have done me wrong. Some old white men in an apartment complex. Some white men in my son's apartment poisoned me. So those white men are dogs. Demon dogs. That's right, I said it. Demon dogs. Ain't no good in them. When the earth change, it's going to expel their ass. They will not make the cut. You got to have a love in your heart. And I don't give a damn you saying I love my wife, That don't mean shit. You got to love the planet. You know how you loving the planet when you out poisoning it. Putting insecticides, pesticides, killing my garden, all kind of shit. You loving the planet? Then you out here trying to take a life, a woman's life, and you expect good to come to you? I watched him shake hands with an enemy and let him in my apartment. And the police don't do a goddamn gone thing. They want to play, they don't have a video camera. We do got video cameras all around this damn complex. You got them in the hall. You got them in our apartment because they watch you wipe your ass. And y'all think I'm just talking. These cars, this thing right here, this is a camera. I don't even think it has to be on. They can watch you. I'm telling you what I know because I'm going through it. And they keep stalking and finding where the hell I am. Look at my stones, guys. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful. I just want to know. I got all the good ones. Positive energy. That's what I like. But black people think it's witchcraft. Ooh, some black people. There are a lot of enlightened black people. But it's too many that are still asleep. And so when they vibrate, when the planet changes, their frequency won't go as high. They won't get to the heavens. They'll get to the middle ground. When you vibrate, and right now, I'm in jeopardy of going to the middle ground because I can't keep allowing these devils, devil dogs, to infiltrate my spirit and contaminate me. When the spirit clearly told me don't be fool for Dewan and the masses. When it all started. Dewan is a cat who I thought was a friend, who had a son that was staying in my house in the military. He brought a goddamn automatic weapon in my house, like a military style weapon. I had it in the bag. I said, what? Get that out of my house. Don't bring nothing like that in my house. I'm letting him stay in my house. And you bring in a gun in. Then I see he had an automatic gun in his car. I'm like, you got a gun in here? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, the military that y'all take? He said, no, we all got our own, you know. So I see him having an argument and everybody arguing with him in there. He's like, you seen that? Yeah. I'm seeing the connection of him on the porch of my daughter's grandmother and Miss Noah and all that. And it was like the dots being connected. People was connecting the dots, changing what I said. But for this to go and somebody to have the technology for it to be widespread and show everybody, somebody governmental is in on it. Somebody in the government is in on it. Doctor's office gonna tell me when I was in the hospital, it was the FBI. Well, then I'm gonna need them to do some arrests. You know what I'm saying? You can start by some of these cops who did nothing, knew I was being poisoned, thought that shit was funny, thought putting bugs in my scarf was funny. You can start with arresting their ass. taking vases and all kind of shit out my apartment. I can't say nothing about it. Blender. What you gonna do? Hear him clucking on the stair. Come on out. Come on out. I go out. I already know. Then they're gonna say I was trying to intimidate somebody. I could have lost my life, and it would have been justified because I went out. You can't play on the devil's game. When the devil want to come for you for some damn vases, he gonna lose his life for some fucking vases, because you gonna lose your thought, because your intention was to do me in when you poisoned me. So the universe say, oh, you want to die. Okay, I'll make it happen for you. Because the universe don't know you setting somebody else up. The universe know your intention was death. And the universe brings back that energy. And people never think it'll happen to them. Point. I was accused of when I took a baby and a family to the hospital to protect the baby. And they went and arrested the mother because she abused it and her kid told what happened. My family broke up because instead of them standing by me knowing I wouldn't do no shit like that, they ran for that bullshit. And that was because I had a lot of money. When you get a lot of money, you got more enemies. More money, more problems. They didn't know how to class me, how to put me in a category when all they knew me as being a struggling poor welfare mom, or when I wasn't on welfare, dental assisting or selling clothes or working at the plants. They didn't know that one day I could be making 200 and something thousand in this group home. They didn't know one day I would have a convenience store. So when you high up on this ladder thinking you the shit, and now I'm up there too and higher than you, you got to think, well, maybe what am I doing wrong? Maybe I need to reinvent myself. And you start selling vitamins and all kind of products and doing pyramid schemes and all that shit. So they decided, like they did when my daughter got touched, to side with the molester. Maybe you won't come to dinner, but the molester can come. So instead of my aunt standing up for me, she on the phone with me the whole time I'm bringing this baby, and call her, tell her come around here now. And she like, well, you know, you got to report it. I reported, and yet she didn't stand with me, just like before. So now my uncle died after my grandmother died. My uncle died, then his daughter died 2 months later. Then another uncle died, and my son's friend had died too right when my grandmother died. It was like, oh my God. And that was 2007. I will never forget it. It's like your heart couldn't heal. It was one death after one death after one death, and I was already in a sunken, depressed state because of what had happened to me. I had to give away a business. Then my store, they pulled the electric box off, and everything in my store perished. So I lost everything, ice creams and all that, from some jealous people who wanted them to sell the store to them. So you live in this situation where everybody figure, I can do this, I can do that. I can't remember why I got on all that. Oh, to tell you all about payback is a bitch. And it always comes when you least expect it. I even said something about, that's why Dietrich had a stroke, because of that bullshit and, you know, talking about my character out, telling people don't mess with me because I do witchcraft, because I got positive energy stones, healing stones, and bracelets. Telling people I do witchcraft, that's that psychotic shit. And so she had a stroke, and then I spoke on her stroke. That's what she get for doing that shit. Then I had a little stroke. I know me. I gave somebody a finger one day at the office. I was walking past and they was picking at me at the office, my son's apartment. And I just did like this on the fly. My nail broke. It was long and pretty. My nail broke because the spirit don't play that with me. I got gifts. And if you going to use your power for that nonsense, I can remove your gifts. So I don't get down and dirty. I stay up. It's the only way to go. Up. Level up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go. Level up. Level up. I love that song. I need to play it because I need to level up. But anyway, Sierra, thank you for that song. So even the daughter told what the mother had done to the babies, that the mama had beat the baby. Your daughter sold it. But instead of them listening to the whole story, my mama said, I know how it felt. I ain't want to be a part of it. I didn't. You're a damn lie because you told the people we set it up. I had Vanya and them down there telling us we set it up. Like what? My mother and her husband said we set it up and that I still fought her for us being taken away. What they got to do with this? And I'm sitting down there with all these white people talking about, well, you know, you have a business and we can investigate. And the lady from Protective Service says, no, because we've got proof. They had proof. Her daughter, she had rings on when they came to arrest her. The baby was punched in the back. Instead of them being scratch marks, they were puncture wounds. So now my mother says, and I don't know if it's true, that the day baby daddy and mama, they ain't together no more, but that his new woman had a baby and they just rolled over on the baby and the baby died a month old. Oh my God, that is a horrible way to go. Suffocate. To have somebody lay on you that pressure and you explode, because you explode from the inside. And to have that happen, that's a horrible way to go. But they were so big on messing my life up and all this, doing all this to me, and look what happened. And that's sad. I'm heartbroken by just knowing that that had to be your fate for what you done to me. I'm not that person. I hurt when you got to go through what you did because of what you did to me. But it was justifiable. So then she says, the girl came and beat him with a shovel. He must have been asleep. Well, like I told her, they was fighting. And they rolled over on that baby. That wasn't just rolling over on that baby. Somebody fought, because I seen it. And when she was telling me, it was like I seen a vision. So, what go around, come around. And that was 2007. And this is 2023. So people think they don't get it. They don't get it. They do. When you sitting watching and waiting for somebody to get back what they put out, it takes longer. And I never was sitting back waiting, but that energy that was always connected to it, for me being hurt by my whole family abandoning me over some lie. They allowed a crackhead in our family. Her mama used to lock her up in the closet, torture her. And then my grandfather was on crack and he got with the crack whore. So they made a crack baby. She used to beat her damn kids. Now, if you've been abused like that, naturally you're going to become an abuser. Or you'll say, I'll never do it and I ain't going to go through that and I ain't going to have my kids. Like I said with my ex. I knew I was not going to have my kids growing up with nobody going upside my head. When I pulled that gun on him, I ain't never have another damn problem. And that took my friends to tell me, he doing that because you ain't getting his ass locked up. And if he did it to somebody else, he'd be in jail. When I finally pulled that gun on him, I promise you, he looked at me and I looked at him in the eyes and I was shaking because I did not want to have to pull that trigger. But motherfucker, I was ready to pull it if you touch me again. Because he had just got in the backseat of my car with my 1-year-old. He wasn't even one. We had just got back from Tennessee. He asked me to bring his clothes because we were splitting up. I took him his clothes. When I got to his uncle's house, he got in the backseat like he's finna get his clothes and just started hitting me in my head. I'm driving to the police station, the mailman, everybody's seeing it and calling 911. So when I get there, they're like, yeah, we just got the calls. The mailman called and this and that. So right after that, he called himself gonna come see me again and jump on me. A car pulled up beside me on a 2-lane little street, neighborhood street. And the car stopped where I'm at and I look. He raised up out the back seat, finna think he's finna hit me again. I reached in my car. My kids was in there. And I was going to be sharing for my kids to see that. But they was not going to see me get my ass whooped again. Because he jumped on me when I was pregnant. And every time I'm finna be through, it's time to jump on you. No. It's time to get your shit together and kick rocks. Get the hell home. So, I knew I didn't want my kids exposed to that. When I pulled that gun on him, never had a problem. So, you women have to be stronger, not be intimidated, because most men that does that to a woman, he's being punked in the streets, he's being intimidated, or life ain't going for him, so he wants to bring you down to his level. And I had one crackhead who crack would make you feel so low after you smoke it and you messed up your money. So he decide he'll make me feel bad by collecting numbers and watch me get all upset because that means you really love me. And it made him feel good. So how many numbers did I have to endure? How many times did I find women and him disrespecting me? As much as he smoked that pipe. So when my mother tell me she seen a pipe, that's not a pipe. I know what a pipe looked like. It was a little straight shooter. He had a bong. She told me he was standing up. That's a weed bong. I know what she was talking about because we had a weed bong. It's not a crack pipe, but he had a crack pipe. So if he had the pipe, I'll agree. But that wasn't it. So people put a lot out here. I'm putting it out. I'm putting my story out. Since all these liars on me, let's set the story straight. That's the least I could do before I go.